So I did a Legend of Zorla piece. This comes from sort of two places. One, I wanted something similar to my piece of Samus versus Ridley. And, you know, it's always good to have artwork that's similar to your other artwork to build a portfolio. And I wanted this sort of expression of how afraid I was of various video game villains when I was a wee little rascal. On one occasion that me and my wife went to an art fair to set up and sell our stuff, the way that we set up our table, I have half the table, she has the other half, and then I set up some of the prints of my watercolors, some of the prints of my drawings, and I have my digital art. And one of the kids looked at the Samus vs. Ridley piece and recognized Samus from Smash. I thought that was both funny and sad. Sad because I love Metroid. I have since I was itty bitty. But funny because, of course, this 8-year-old doesn't know what a Metroid is. He doesn't know who Captain Metroid is. I mean, before the Switch, the last game that Metroid had was what, in the 2000s. It's been like 20 years. I start by doing a more comprehensive sketch. This time I did do my thumbnail sketches like a good boy, like the good boy that I am. So I have a pretty clear direction where I'm going. I pretty much know, I have a stronger sense of what I want to happen. If during the process I find something more interesting, of course, my heart is not made out of stone. I'm not going to say, no, this isn't part of the plan, right? You have to leave some space for some improv in there, right? Design-wise, I'm kind of combining Ganon from A Link to the Past with Ganon from Ocarina. The scene is more or less the final boss fight you have with Ganon, but Ganon isn't this big, right? In my estimates, if my math is correct, I made him 1 pig-zillion times bigger than in his Ocarina version, right? Or one of the things that I think was interesting in the direction that I took, I made him underlit. I just really like when stuff is underlit. I know some people really like rim lighting. I really like stuff that's underlit because it happens so infrequently, right? But then when people look at their phones, this is the main way that people are lit, right? People are lit. I think too with anime and Dragon Ball or whatever, where they have flashy things in their hands or their powers emanate light of some sort, the light source doesn't change that much. And that is something that I would like to see without delving into photorealism. Like, that's not what I'm interested in, right? I'm drawing a giant pig, but it is on my mind often. Partly of the composition, I had decided that the smoke behind him would all lead to Ganon. I wanted it to feel like both Zelda and Link are trapped in this fight. They can't leave. Because Zelda, quite literally, in the fight cannot leave, right? She is surrounded by fire. And Link is on the other side, trapped in with Ganon. I put them in here together because even though it's called Zelda, The Legend of Zelda, I feel like Zelda isn't that big of a character within these games. I mean, in Zelda 1, she's asleep the whole time. And then in Breath of the Wild, she's only a flashback. I know she's more prominent in Wind Waker, but guess what? I haven't played that one. So tell me in the comments how Zelda would kick my butt or whatever. By somewhat lucky accident, the composition is a triangle, where the most important symbol in the lore of the game is the Triforce, right? A big triangle with smaller triangles in it. In this piece, One of the things I struggled with more was the cloth, because I kind of did it from imagination. I kind of took reference. So I took a bed sheet, wrapped myself in it, lit myself like this, and then took a photo. But I don't really love the cape even in the end. Tell me in the comments how you actually like the cape and you think I did a good job. I'm going to ignore you and have my own opinion forever, because I don't think any artist really loves their art, right? Or actually, who knows? Not this artist. I mean, even calling myself artist is a big step up, is a big breakthrough that I did thanks to the year in therapy I took last year. Go to therapy, kids. Like and subscribe if you went to therapy. I learned first and foremost with oil and watercolor. So my method and the way I know how to do things is always stemming from that. So this too, I just did it in more or less one layer until I get to the color layer. So I painted this all the way that you just saw, and then you go add layer, method or blending type or whatever it's called, and then you just change it to color, and then you just start coloring it, right? Way less scary than in oil, because when you start adding color in oil, this is your only, like, you've been underpainting for 80 hours and now you can mess that up real quick, right? And in digital, you just Control Z. Oh, it's just a different layer, so I can, very easy to work in a non-destructive way in digital. That's not how I do it, because I just like giving myself a hard time, I guess. Again, I didn't use masks. I didn't use the lasso tool, not really. And I do it not to challenge myself or anything. It's just, I think it would actually be more challenging for me personally to go and learn the program, right? I hope I don't complain about painting digitally in every single one of these videos, but so far I'm kind of 2 for 2, aren't I? I will also say, when I was looking for reference for Ganon and for Link and for Ocarina of Time and yada yada, I have seen different people make an image similar to the one I just made. I think the big difference for me is that I made Ganon the center stage. This is almost like just a portrait of Ganon, right? Link and Zelda are in it, but it doesn't, just from the picture I'm seeing, if I knew nothing else, I don't think our buddies are gonna make it. And I wanted to convey that feeling. I wanted it to feel like Link and Zelda might not win. And do they? Ganon always comes back. Ganon is a curse on the land that they cannot get rid of. Princess Zelda is supposed to always fight Ganon, right? For finishing touches, I just went back into the background, made it look more like smoke. You be the judge of that. Like and subscribe if I painted smoke well. So that's that. Okay, bye.